Tayyib. Question says, in very brief, could you give the meaning of naqisat aqlin wa dinin? Because many people are using it in a negative way. Tayyib. We'll answer the question, inshallah, but we have to understand something. And that is, if we make this make sense, quote unquote, or if we give it a proper interpretation and we use wisdom, then there are 50 other hadiths, hundreds of other ayat, which the non-Muslims will use in a negative and derogatory sense. With regards to Jews and Christians, with regards to jihad, with regards to al-wala wal-bara, with regards to the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the list goes on of the problems and the doubts that are launched against Islam, which all prove that Islam is the truth. And if it wasn't the truth, then they wouldn't be fighting it the way that they are. If Muhammad was just a chieftain from Arabia, a military leader from Arabia, a person who wanted plunder, and he wanted horses and camels and women and gold breastplates, if that's all he wanted, then the people would not be talking about his religion and mentioning his name in 2018 in Canada. The Prophet never went to Canada. His armies never went to Canada. How did his religion thrive and flourish and spread throughout the world? Like, it's impossible unless that it's the truth. And it's the truth because you're talking about it. And if it wasn't significant, if it wasn't a danger and a threat to you, then you wouldn't be talking about it. However, we have to understand something, that Islam was not meant to be politically correct. The Quran and the Sunnah they were never made to be politically correct. So if you say naqisat aqlin wa deen means this and it means that, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that, that's fine. Then there are 50 other things that they're going to take and say that Islam supports misogyny. Islam supports anti-Semitism. Islam supports this. Islam. So there's no way. فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ? You can run, but you're going to come right back to the beginning of the circle. So we have to understand that. And that's why we quoted that ayah, لَتُبْلَوُنَّ فِي أَمْوَالِكُمْ وَأَنفُسِكُمْ وَلَتَسْمَعُنَّ مِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ. You will hear from the Jews and Christians, from the mushrikeen, أَذًا كَثِيرًا. You will hear verbal abuse. Alright, so that's first and foremost. As far as the specific answer, then the Prophet ﷺ, he says, مَا رَأَيْتُ مِنْ نَاقِصَاتِ عَقْلٍ وَدِينٍ أَذْهَبَ لِلُبِّ الرَّجُلِ الْحَازِمِ مِنْ إِحْدَى كُنَّا. The hadith of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri in Sahih Bukhari and others, he says, I've never seen women who are نَاقِصَاتِ عَقْلٍ وَدِينٍ, who are lacking in two aspects. Aqlin, intellect, or reasoning. It's even a better translation. The word aql doesn't always mean intellect, but sometimes it means reasoning. He says, وَدِينٍ, and religious practice. أَذْهَبَ لِلُبِّ الرَّجُلِ الْحَازِمِ, that can distract a man who's resolute. That can take a resolute man and distract him faster than one of you. Faster than one of you. So the women, they asked the Prophet ﷺ, what is nuqsan deen? What is nuqsan aql? What does this mean? The Prophet ﷺ, he says, when a woman gives a testimony, isn't it 2 verses 1? And when a woman has menstruation, doesn't she have to refrain from prayer and salah? Doesn't she have to refrain from prayer and salah? So therefore, why can't a woman's testimony be equal to a man? Regardless, why? The bottom line is that it's deficient, it's lacking. And a witness is someone who's supposed to have aql, intellect. Someone who's supposed to be precise and accurate in what they saw and what took place. The fact that a woman's testimony is half of a man's, that is what? That's deficiency. That's deficiency. And the fact that a woman cannot make the salah when she's menstruating. A woman cannot fast when she's menstruating. Which proves that a woman cannot be an imam in the religion of Islam. A woman cannot be an imam. What is she going to do if she's menstruating? She said, I can take birth control pills. What if they don't work? What happens when there's menstruation? A woman cannot be an imam in the religion of Islam. So therefore, when a man is offering salah, when a man is fasting, a woman cannot get those good deeds. She cannot get that, and that's what Allah has decreed, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is the Prophet's interpretation of aql and deen being deficient. As far as the other aspects, then it depends on how you wish to interpret it. Women are emotionally, more connected than men are. How women look at things, how women think about things, and how men look at things and think about things. It doesn't always mean that it's best. And it doesn't always mean it's the most thorough way, but there is a huge difference. Everybody understand this or not? So this hadith is going to be understood in light of the modern movements of today. Men and women are equal in every single aspect. There's nothing that a man can do that a woman cannot. There's nothing that a woman can do that a man cannot. That's what's being propagated. And there's no Islamic answer that you can give to that that is going to be satisfactory to them. Period. There's no Islamic wisdom that you can give them that's going to be sufficient. وَلَن تَرْضَ عَنْكَ الْيَهُودُ وَلَا النَّصَارَى حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُمْ. Unless you follow their way. That's the only way, only time in which they're going to be satisfied 101%. And Allah knows best.